All right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us 13 minutes before we say goodbye here on Morning Live. Now, Wits University is currently hosting 659 high school learners from grade 10 to grade 12 for a residential academic enrichment camp. This camp is aimed at targeting learners from rural or previously disadvantaged communities, specifically focusing on female learners who will be the first to access university in their families. To tell us more about this beautiful program, we joined in our studios in Johannesburg by Director of Student Equity and Talent Management Unit at Wits University Zena Richards, as well as Refilwe Morapeli, who is a targeting talent program alumni, as well as a mentor. Good morning to both of you ladies, and thank you so much for coming through.
Morning.
Thank you so much. This sounds so beautiful, and I think this is what is needed more so for the previously disadvantaged communities. Talk to us about the idea.
Okay. So in 2007, the program was initiated. Okay. So it means we're currently going into our 10th year and 6th month of implementation, which means that as a program we've established and developed quite a unique psychosocial educational program that targets learners with academic potential from rural areas, and we take them through a 3-year or 2-year cycle program where they literally give up all of their school holidays and they attend implementation sessions with us. One of those sessions are currently being implemented at the university, which is a 2-week residential program with the aim of not only exposing learners to a diverse range of subjects, a diverse way of thinking, but also, more importantly, about providing a deep simulation experience of what university life will be like when they access higher education.
But I've made mention that you host 659 learners. Yes. How do you go about sourcing them?
Okay, so it's literally like running a school. So I have great empathy and respect for educators, because for the 2 weeks that we have learners, we realize, you know, how the extent of what it is to work with youth. We source the learners by working with schools. So principals and educators identify learners with academic potential. We then go through quite a thorough and stringent selection process, and the learners are then selected based on their academic potential and other attributes that we feel will help them access higher education.
All right, but okay, I'm going to come back to you. Let me just bring Refilwe into the conversation. So you are a TTP graduate. Tell us more about being a part of this program and what it actually meant for you.
This program has been such an inspiration in my life because there's so many things that you actually don't see as a learner while you're in high school. You just want to go to university, but for many people when they get there, they don't even know what it's like. They suffer from the psychological elements that come into it. So the program really exposed me to university beforehand, and it also impacted on my academics because I was academically gifted, so it just enhanced it even more. So being a graduate from the program, I see it more working in the current learners that are also there.
And I like the part that you mentioned, the psychological readiness of it.
Yes.
More so when you come from areas where you've never heard of anyone who had gone to tertiary institutions. It is something new. So you've got to be prepared of the challenges that you're going to face, financial challenges, the peer pressure associated with it. Sure. So I believe that's why you say that it actually enhanced your skills in the different fields. But you are now a mentor for girls in this camp. What are your duties? What do you tell them? How do you talk to them?
So a mentor is like first-hand what all the learners want to become, a university student. And at the moment, I'm a graduate, so I'm currently doing my honors. So they see in insurance and risk management.
Okay.
Yes, so they see themselves in us, the mentors. So we guide them, go to classes with them. In our free time, they speak to us about what they want to do. We advise, we give guidance. So from a mentor perspective, we're just looking back into these learners' lives, and all you want to do is just empower them. So that is
and they can relate to your stories. You look their age in a way, so they get to get a clearer understanding more than if it was being told by me or by you. So for someone who's watching this interview and would want to be part of it next year, how do they go about doing it? But I think the first thing is that they should be hard workers academically.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So our relationship is with schools and not with individuals. And also one of our major donors, for example, BP, South Africa Education Foundation Trust, also has specific provinces that they identify. And so if your particular school is located in that particular province and has a good history of producing good matriculation results, it's a school that we'd want to participate with. So, those.
So the challenge is on the principals, the school principals.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But from the Wits University's perspective, how would you like to improve on this program going forward?
Okay. So I think from a university perspective, we do realize that there's a huge challenge in higher education, and that high dropout rates is a national dilemma that all institutions are facing. And so Wits has strategically decided to invest in a pre-university program that will allow learners to be able to mediate and navigate the educational high landscape, so that we're not contributing to this high rate and loss of human development talent in our country. So improvement from our side is that we really would like potential donors to look at the product that we've developed, because we believe that we've been very successful. We have graduated several alumni, postgraduate students, and many students are currently in the corporate sector. So there's something that we're doing right, and I think it's our response to the educational crisis that
so
we're
the corporate
facing.
world must just pump in money, because I think financial constraints is one challenge that they face when they come down to tertiary institutions.
Absolutely. And I think often what happens is there's a misconception that if a learner has academic potential, that they would be able to succeed despite any of the odds. And that is actually not true, because I think when you come from a marginalized community, your access to social capital is limited. So by the time you access higher education, the way you navigate that landscape is very different from somebody who has had access to social capital and resources beyond what that particular individual has had exposure to.
But do you also expose them to the financial opportunities that are there in terms of furthering their studies?
Absolutely. So, for example, BP has a scholarship. So for all the learners that they sponsor, those particular learners are allowed to apply for scholarships, and we make a targeted focus to ensure that the learners have access to a range of financial opportunities that they can apply for.
All right. Refilwe, just a quick one. How has the program shaped you as an individual? You're a mentor now, you talk to these young girls and young kids, but how has it, as an individual, how has it shaped you?
When I first went into the program, I was so shy. I was so timid.
Here you are on national television
and here
today.
I am, yes. And currently, I'm leading mentors as well, and I'm leading learners. So it boosts your confidence. It touched me, and my leadership skills have improved so much. And I'm able to tackle even life that way, because I've always thought that I'd just fail at doing something, but now I just tackle it head on.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. The confidence is there as well.
Very much.
It has boosted your level of confidence. Well, ladies, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, and all the best going forward. It's been running for a week now, and there's a week left.
That's correct.
All right. All the best. Thank you so much. Zena Richards is the Director of Student Equity and Talent Management Unit at Wits University. And we're also speaking to Refilwe Morapeli, who is a targeting talent program alumni, and she's also a mentor. Well, that's it. Thank you so much to the Morning Live.